Welcome back, everyone, to Marvelous Mysterium. This is episode 6, and let me just say, I'm so happy to see the first couple of episodes get some feedback. It's really awesome. We're having a blast recording this, and we're not going to stop anytime soon. So thanks for listening. If you decided to listen, let's recap, shall we? The date is August 18th. 2030. DF-45 investigated suspicious traffic patterns with the help from Daredevil, but ran into danger quite quickly. Daredevil told them that he'd handled the situation, and DF-45 then went to investigate the northwest docks of Seattle. There, amongst the rain and low thunder, they made their way into an old warehouse, which, turns out, was smuggling unconscious people on boats out of the city. Using teamwork, they managed to take out both Tombstone and Crossbones, preventing their escape. However, as they tried to stop the two boats full of unconscious civilians from leaving, they discovered that tons of C4 had been planted on the underside of the boats, and with only minutes remaining, DF-45 scrambled to find a way to save these hundreds of people. Right when they thought it was too late, time seems to slow down as shrapnel and debris from the boat begin to fly out. And under the green aura of this phenomenon, they heard, "I am Dr. Stephen Strange." That is where we begin. Right now, to set the scene, two of you are underwater, both Crackshot and Ouroboros. The people on the top of the boats, are experiencing two very different scenarios. Specifically, Slateskin, I believe you're on the boat that's exploding right now.
I'm pretty sure.
Whereas
right.
Q and Still Spirit are on the right boat that is probably also exploding, but not quite as quickly. So, as you all feel the pressure wave of the blast beginning to consume you, that's when you feel this sort of warm green aura envelop you. You can see Steven flicks his wrist, and both Ouroboros and Crackshot feel like they're being lifted through cold jello. Suddenly, you have blankets around your shoulders and hot cocoa in your hands. Suddenly, as you all blink, you're now on the right boat.
My boat?
Yes. So now you are all standing in a circle. Steven says, "I'm sure you all have many questions, as do I, but I must quarantine us from this reality fissure." You can see he snaps his fingers, and suddenly, the world around you begins to duplicate again and again and again in a circle, like a kaleidoscope. The boat that you're standing on begins to look like a cake, with different layers of the boat being now revealed the further you go down. And as you look around, you can now see an infinite ocean surrounds you. Steven splits into 3 people and begins to look at the different layers of the boat. What are you all doing?
What
Funny
the hell?
man.
I'm gonna take a sip of my hot cocoa.
I'm gonna set down my hot cocoa and put my hands on my knees. Considering throwing up, but I'm holding in for now.
It is quite nauseating looking out and seeing a never-ending ocean. Like, even when you think that the curve of the Earth would stop it, it doesn't. It actually just keeps going.
I knew it was flat.
What? Why does the boat feel like cake?
That's
Am I supposed to be looking at something? She starts turning her head side to side, very confused.
This must be the most boring wait for you.
Yeah, she's just like,
Doesn't
man,
even
all this shit
sound
is happening.
cool.
It got fluffy on the ground, and then she's like, "There's nothing changing. I don't understand."
is the sound amplified from all the layers of the oceans?
Oh yeah, would anything like mess with my hearing compared to my sight?
For you right
Is
now, the best
blind?
way I would describe it is like, typically when you hear an echo in a big room, you hear your voice travel, then bounce, and then bounce again off another wall. What you're experiencing right now is every time someone speaks, their voice travels out in a cone forever.
And so I'm constantly hearing them echo over and over.
Yes.
Hello. Hello.
Or it's like a really long piano note that is just fading over time.
Yeah, like,
Cue the
I'm gonna take the
Interstellar
piano
music.
fading note. I think that makes a little more sense.
like you would, if your ears had infinite range, you would be able to infinitely see into this dimension that you're currently in.
Yeah.
But seeing as your, ears are extraordinary, not, impossibly good, what you're experiencing right now is very trippy as, like, their voice, again, you can hear it bounce off of the waves and the different, like, layers of the boat, and then it's just darkness beyond.
Okay, scratch what she was doing earlier. She just kind of goes, this is weird. Wait, Q, can you talk again?
What?
Oh, that's so weird. It's like I can hear you, but like it's like you're holding every word until it fades.
That's really dumb.
For you, I don't know what you're seeing, but I'm hearing things that I probably shouldn't hear. Wait, why is there? Oh, she just kind of keeps going off like that. She's very interested.
Crackshot pulls the blindfold down over his other eye and just sits down. Crisscross applesauce.
Fair.
Oh, I actually put my blindfold back on because I don't need to have that off now.
Yeah, what are the rest of you doing?
So now what?
Wishing for hot cocoa.
Think we wait for Doctor.
Before you finish your sentence, Slateskin, you already have a cup in your hand.
Cocoa.
Sorry.
This'll taste good.
Do I know? Would I know who Yeah, I would know who Doctor Strange is. Sorry.
I mean, that is totally up to your character. He did introduce
Nah.
himself, but yeah.
He feels generally famous enough.
I guess we
I
wait
imagine.
for the doctor to finish whatever he's doing, Q. I don't know why it's messing with the sound, though.
I mean, it's not just messing with the sound. If you could see what we're seeing.
Well, why don't you describe it to me, then? If I can't see it, it would be nice to at least imagine it.
Imagine... Do you know what infinite pools are?
Is that a video game thing?
No, it's like those rich people pools at the top of buildings that look like they just go
Oh.
off into the sky.
Did you just try to describe what this looks like in the analogy of how something looks?
Oh, okay, well, I saw things when I was little, so I understand certain
Oh.
things, but I've never seen an infinity pool. I
You've
saw
seen
a
a pool?
pool. Yeah, I've seen a pool. Vaguely.
Think of a pool
It's
that
like-
doesn't stop.
Oh. Oh, so like a lake, but the lake doesn't stop, and it's like bigger than the ocean, and it doesn't stop, and it just keeps going.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
It's at this point that one of the Stephen Stranges turns to look at all of you. I'll quickly describe Stephen. He's actually older in this universe. He's around his early 50s. He has a little bit of a gray streak in his hair. And you can see he's wearing a very elegant billowing cloak on the back of his neck that extends down to his feet. The adornments on himself are hard to describe. It's like a series of robes that sort of encapsulate him, forming what is essentially a very fluffy exterior. And around his hands are actually a number of scars, both from his surgery, but more than that, a bunch of spells that may have gone wrong. You can see the burn marks sort of cascade up his arms and around his veins. He speaks up to you all and says, I'm going to need you all to open your eyes. Come, look deep within me.
Yeah, not everyone can do that, actually.
I
That
can't
sounds
see.
like a could be taken the wrong way, my guy.
You can see at this point Steven cocks his head and he goes, I see. I
can't.
believe
He
I'm
doesn't.
dealing with a very young team.
And we're just as good as somebody who's not young team.
Right. Well, how about I help you?
I'll look in your direction. Does that count?
As you finish that sentence, I'm going to describe this one by one. Let's start with Still Spirit. As you look in his direction, where he's speaking, suddenly you don't sense him anymore.
Oh.
And then you don't sense your friends.
Oh.
And then you don't sense anything.
Oh.
You feel like you're swimming in a miasmic void. And suddenly something begins to burn underneath your mask. It's your eyes.
Ow!
Ah.
I rip off my mask and I like try and feel my eyes, like where they are. Like, are they bleeding? Like, what's happening?
They keep burning. It hurts. It really hurts. And as you begin
You're
to
screaming.
push on your eyelids, suddenly your hand goes through your face and you grab something.
I don't like that.
As
I
you
grab
begin to
it.
pull out, it sticks to your fingers. And suddenly you're back to normal. Slateskin.
Huh?
As he says, open your mind, look at me. You turn your gaze to Steven, and suddenly his outline begins to grow bigger and bigger and bigger. Your attention is no longer on the people around you or the space that you're in, but rather the size and scope of Steven as he continues to grow in your vision. He goes from a building to a skyscraper to a mountain-sized. And as you look into his eyes, you have never felt so small before. You begin to feel like you're shrinking, your strength being sapped away, until it's not.
Huh.
And suddenly you're back.
Nice.
Crackshot. As you look over Steven, whether you willingly want to or not, you feel your arm begin to itch, and as you look down, it's currently made up of thousands and thousands of nanobots that begin to crawl away and disintegrate. Your arm, piece by piece, begins to crawl down your body and into your skin. You suddenly are able to see every microfiber of your muscle tissue as each one of these nanobots becomes your vision. You begin to see white and red blood cells, pieces of your body you would never see under normal circumstances begin to encapsulate your vision. And then it doesn't, and you're back.
What?
Q. You see something so horrifying that I'm gonna have to bring you down to the dark dimension.
Oh,
no!
shit!
What?
Oh,
Q.
Lay it on me.
Stephen Strange doesn't cast judgment when he's allowing you to open your mind, but seeing as the things that you've been through. When you look at Stephen Strange, his outline becomes a door. The rest of the world around you begins to darken, and suddenly you're staring at it head on. It's white, made out of wood.
I suppose I have no choice but to open it.
You tentatively walk forward, your footsteps the only thing you can hear. And as you open the door, you see thousands and thousands of bleeding hearts in a big chamber made of concrete. The blood begins to pool from the thousands and thousands of still beating red hearts onto the floor. It begins to crawl towards you, and as you look behind you, there's no door. You're trapped.
I start attacking.
Begin to fire,
Back.
sending slices of air through 1, 2, 10, 20, 40 hearts in the mass pile that's in front of you, but the blood keeps coming closer. Eventually, it touches the bottom of your foot and begins to crawl inside your socks, going up your skin. It's hot. Red hot. It begins to boil you on the outside.
And on the inside?
As it reaches your mouth, you begin to taste the iron. It scalds your tongue and gets through your teeth, down your throat, and suddenly you can feel your entire body burning inside and out. You begin tearing at yourself, trying to stop the pain that you're feeling. And you successfully begin to tear pieces of yourself onto the floor. Chunks of meat begin to fall off in slices, then in piles. And just as you use the last bit of your arm to tear off your face, you're back.
Oh,
Hello.
don't drink the ocean water. Anyways.
Ouroboros. Standing in this space, you actually feel extremely comfortable.
Mongo.
You feel a sort of weightlessness, and as you look at Steven, that connection to infinity begins to grow stronger within you. You begin to see 1,000 kaleidoscopes, each of you and your friends, slightly different than the one previously. You rapidly begin to switch through them, looking at every minute difference. A different hairstyle there, a different weapon here, a different team there. Eventually, after what feels like an entire day of searching and searching, you come back to the one that you're already familiar with. All of you are now rank 3.
3?
Sure,
That's a good-
that was worth it.
That's a lot.
Worth it. What did you do?
Oh God, what happened to you?
All of you begin to feel a strength come from within you, and Steven looks particularly pleased. I'll have to say some of that was more entertaining than others.
This
Oh
guy.
my God, I
How'd
think
you
I
just
almost saw
do that?
colors.
How'd you do that?
Really fucking hurt. Ow.
Now that your minds are open, let me explain. I was preventing Galactus from touching the Terran Alliance's ships when I felt a great disturbance in the magic field around Earth. Upon investigating it, this area seemed to light the brightest. What we're experiencing is some sort of illusion, although I'm having trouble discerning it. You can see a second Stephen Strange speaks up. Partly confusing is this material that we make up now. This boat that we're standing on. In my vision, it isn't real, and yet, it's reflected here in the mirror dimension. He begins to stroke his silver-colored beard, And the third Stephen Strange snaps his fingers, and the other two disappear. Tell me, what is your purpose here?
To stop the blowing up of these ships with people on them.
We're investigating all these disappearances, and there's this thing called the Grand Architect. Yeah, that. And we're trying to stop it or figure out what the heck is happening. And we found a bunch of shipyards, and then there was these people, and then a bunch of unconscious people, and then we were like getting run off the roads, and then we jumped on the boats, and I found this, and she goes into her pants that were turned into a bag, and like pulls out the jar. It's not actually, it's a high-tech jar, but I'm saying it's a jar. And shows
jar?
it to one of the strangers nearby. Do I see all three, or do I see just the one?
There's
You
only
see
one.
none of them.
Steven snapped his fingers, and the other two disappeared.
Wait,
Cool,
do you
cool.
see again?
Me?
Yeah.
No.
No.
Oh, so you don't see any of them, is what I was saying.
We're gonna...
Okay, see, how is it that when I make the... what?
Huh?
Fine.
I see, but I don't see normally. I can still get an outline of a person. I just don't see them visually. I see
He was
them
trying to make a
auditorily.
you're blind joke.
I know,
Yeah.
but listen,
Teamwork.
I see on the sea. Okay, anyways.
Bruh.
Steven
I see how it
floats towards you and extends his hand for the jar.
I'll give it to him.
Good choice.
Oh, could this also... this doesn't feel like a Mysterio illusion. But is it a Mysterio thing? Could it be like a high-tech weird Mysterio thing?
Mysterio.
Yeah, we caught him because he's a loser, and then he got out because he's a loser.
Yeah, he does this illusion thing. So if this is an illusion, then he might be doing the illusion thing.
But on a grander scale, which is weird.
And he used
Because he's
the
still a loser.
radio thing.
Yeah, there was a weird radio thing that was happening. What, a frequency that was being let out?
Intriguing. You
I
can
don't know, I
see
heard it on the report.
he holds up the very complex mechanical jar with the embryo inside and begins to spin it around. As it begins to look closer, you can see he cocks an eyebrow. I've never seen anything like this. How peculiar. I wonder.
I think there's a couple more on the bottom of the boat.
You can see Steven puts his hand through the jar,
Ah!
grabs the embryo, and pulls it out. He lets the jar drop to the ground and it shatters, and that sound echoes 1,000,000 times as it goes out into the distance.
I'm gonna take a step back.
You can see he begins to cradle the embryo in his hands before crushing it
Du-
and watching it melt.
I'm gonna hope we didn't need that.
Something is wrong. The mirror dimension reflects our reality.
Uh-huh.
To have something not real reflected in the same way as reality, this is much worse than I thought. There's no time to explain. You can see Stephen Strange is now a little more on edge. He looks to Ouroboros. Friend, use your infinity to keep time from accelerating. He then turns to Slateskin.
Huh?
Rockman, use your strength to lift these cargo containers off the boat. I must take care to... And suddenly, you're out of the mirror dimension. You're both under the water. It's cold. But time has stopped. Ouroboros, I need you to roll initiative, as do the rest of you, as we're going straight back into the fire.
Oh,
Are we gonna be on the map?
There is no
Yeah,
map.
yeah.
We're using theater of the mind. I feel
Okay.
like
Ooh,
it's
that's very
Can we
strange.
roll initiative without clicking on our tokens then?
our token should be on the main page.
yes. Right now we are on the.
Yes, but I cannot click on token.
Does
You
it
can put
a
your own down.
sandwich on my
Oh yeah,
guy?
that's true. You can put your own down. Let me bring up
Or
turn order.
Is Slateskin like Rasta now?
I tried to make you a bush.
Rasta?
It didn't
I don't
work
know.
out.
He's got the green, yellow, and red.
I
A
tried to
bush?
make you a bush and it didn't work out, like a rose bush.
Oh.
I thought it was a taco.
Oh,
That's
well,
what I was
rolled, you
wondering.
rolled. Oh,
Yes,
I
you
forgot to
can.
click on my thing. Oops.
Oh, I forgot to click on. Wait, it's not letting me click on. my phone.
19, but I get edged on my initiatives.
Wait, how are you guys moving your things?
Where am
Ooh,
I?
that's a
here?
We're
fantastic.
dragging new ones down.
Oh, okay, got it.
Yep.
Yes, chef.
I'm gonna go with my 19. Yeah, chef.
Doesn't exist.
17.
No, you're not on here for some reason, you weirdo.
Hey, if I have an edge on initiative checks, do I just roll?
You roll
like on
twice, I think.
Wait, what if
Or
it's 6
edge.
times
So
If
you-
you have edge, you can hover over whatever die you want and then click edge.
Right.
Which one should
I
I
don't
do?
know why I clicked it
Is the
twice.
middle
Probably the
bottom
middle
one?
one.
What ability gives you
I've-
edge on that again?
I have
Uh,
situational awareness.
So do I.
I know. I'm trying to remember. I don't think I have it, but I'm double checking. to make sure.
It's-
I have it under
roll
my
down to
traits in the
traits.
bottom right.
Oh, I do have it.
Cool. Does anybody not have situational awareness?
Me.
I guess
think
you're just
Q
gonna
does.
be left in the dust, I guess. You don't need to know what's going on around you. That's not important.
Also, can I ask this before we move on completely?
Mhm.
Was Q's heart rate elevated or anything when he came out of it?
You don't know. You don't know.
I
Yeah,
can
well,
hear
sure,
shit. I
yeah,
can hear a
well.
lot of shit.
You weren't there.
I
was
don't know
there.
if I want to hear shit.
Your heart rate would be echoing through the infinity.
Yeah, I would be hearing the drumming.
I mean, the real question is, would Q's heart rate be elevated after that experience? Okay.
yeah.
Yes.
Okay. Cool.
Yeah, what if it was?
How
a
was
good thing?
everyone? I'm assuming everybody was, but I just,
Yeah.
you know, you
Mine
got brought
slowed
down to the dark. You're fine. Fuck you.
That was mine was great. I don't know what trip you guys went through, but
I'm having issues.
It felt so.
Oh, have you dragged a new token down? Okay. Before any combat begins, I'm going to let Ouroboros go first. Ouroboros, having that experience, you now feel sort of elevated in your ability to feel the infinity around you. The instructions were not clear, though, from what Steven wanted you to do. Right now, you are currently underwater, but you feel that green effect beginning to wear. What are you doing?
So do I have liberty to branch from my sheet a bit?
Yes.
Okay.
I'm allowing for creative interpretation here.
Yeah, so what I kind of wanted to do was immediately blink out of, well, I guess teleport out of the water up above everything, looking down upon the whole scene. And I just want to sort of like, because when Steven did his whole timey-wimey thing, I saw with my, like, the way he held his hands, right? Like, I kind of want to mimic the way that he was sort of like holding on and like twisting one hand, and I just want to try and like grab onto the green and try and keep it in place, because that's what he wanted me to do, I think.
Sure. Yeah, give me a roll of your choice.
Of my choice.
Indeed.
Ego.
Non-combat.
Stray.
This is technically combat, but I don't think it would make a significant difference.
Alright, well then I will roll the score for agility. That is a
That
fantastic success.
is a fantastic
Nice.
success with a
High
23
number.
total. What I'm about to describe to you is so awesome. I think I think we need more
It's gonna-
music.
Oh,
Is it gonna like rival Loki at the end of Loki?
Okay, no, not that cool.
Oh, I don't know. I mean, it sounds like it might be that cool. Grabbing green.
Not that one. Hold on, we're almost there.
One of these.
Okay. As you begin to put your hands in the same form as before, you feel a little uncertain. You're not exactly an expert on magic, but then the connection hits you like a freight train. You can feel it coursing in your veins, this unbelievable power that you've never felt before, and suddenly it's channeling through you. Your eyes begin to glow a green color, and you can feel the infinite space around you. We're gonna move on to Q's turn. Q, you see a bright green light beginning to emanate from under the water. But what are you doing?
I teleported into the sky first.
Oh, yes, you're totally right. So actually, it's blinding you all as a giant green light is pulsating in the sky.
What the hell?
Why is the sun green?
huh?
Huh?
I don't have the power to see or hear what color wavelengths yet.
And on my turn, I
Yet.
shall do nothing.
Oh, are we at the bottom of the boat still? Because that's where we were before.
No.
Me and Q. No, we're still at the top. Love that.
We were at the top, yeah.
So you're just chilling, big chilling.
I wasn't given any instructions. Not that I would have really followed them anyway.
Not that one.
That's a good point.
Am I right?
Not that one.
Doctor Strange doesn't tell you to do something.
You don't do it.
Yeah, you do
All right,
nothing.
wait.
Okay. Well, in that case, Still Spirit, are you doing anything?
I would like to sense. So is there like? I'm gonna hit the nearest metal-y thing possible. I'm gonna smack it.
Okay.
And I want it to send a reverb around me, and I want to check for people, and check for anything else that might be out of sorts. But I'm not gonna do too much craziness because Doctor Strange didn't tell me to do anything, and I can't see anything. I don't know that the sky is green. I'm vibing.
So you're getting a vibe of the area by smacking.
I'm doing a vibe check.
Okay.
Say-
I'll just give this to you. You bang your fist on the side of one of the shipping containers, and like a church bell, it rings out, and you get a pretty good idea of the boat that you're standing on. From your estimate, on this boat, there are probably about 200 people.
In the shipping containers specifically, or just in everywhere?
In the shipping containers, yes. Most of the crew jumped off at a certain point because of the C4.
Okay. And how many shipping containers are there?
Just from a cursory guesstimate, you're probably looking at something like...
10,000.
No,
One.
about 10.
Okay, that's not bad.
10,000.
They do. I don't know if shipping containers float, but I'm going to point out, to Slateskin which ones people are in, which is all 10 of them. I'll be like, these ones have people. And then I'm gonna go stand by Q. And just kind of stay back, because I have noodle arms.
That's true.
If
You
I
do
recall
have noodle
correctly, if I recall correctly, a lot of these containers were already opened.
Yes, they were previously shot open, if I'm
Yes.
remembering correctly.
You don't know that.
No, I do, because I did it.
Yeah,
I don't.
you would have heard it.
Sorry,
yeah,
you're a
that's true.
goldfish.
Ah, listen, man. Oh,
Slateskin.
should we go close them? Look.
Yeah.
You're currently
Yeah.
standing on a ship that is in the middle of exploding.
Yeah.
Bad.
You know, Still Spirit, I mean, I could try. I mean, I haven't been able to lift. I barely lifted one of these things earlier, and it took a lot out of me. So, I mean, I could try. Let me see what I can do.
The doctor made us powerful. Go do the thing.
Huh?
To you, it sounds like... The doctor made us powerful.
I'll try.
You don't have to yell.
Shut it.
Ow!
I'd like to start trying to lift things.
Yeah, literally with ease.
Yeah, right. As a surprise to Slateskin.
It's not like you know, lifting a teddy bear or something, but it's more like lifting 2 gallons of milk for you.
Yeah, I'm like, oh, right, I can see. I just like to start chucking them off the side of the boat.
Okay.
He told me to. Doctor Strange said, take them off the boat.
Yeah.
I'm not saying I'm launching them to the next continent. I'm just more like flipping them overboard. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
You're
exactly. Into the
flipping
water. I'm down with that. Okay, yeah. So you begin.
Oh, these people are dead inside. Oh, they are
Yeah, you
so
know,
dead.
They're gonna be dead on the outside
Maybe it
too.
would have been better.
Look, y'all heard the DM tell me what I could
Look,
hear.
this is Slateskin's prerogative. I'm gonna let him do it. You begin to lift and throw these off the boat. I'm gonna be generous and say
Wait,
you're throwing it
before we-
towards the dock. So
Yeah,
maybe there's
before
a
we
slim
start-
chance. Huh?
Do I hear anything from inside of one of them as I throw the first one?
No,
Oh,
no. These
sleep.
people are
Okay.
100% unconscious.
Okay, cool. So I wouldn't know.
Yeah,
I
so they have no chance of surviving, and that's why this is great. So you throw them off one by one.
Oh my god!
Right now, I'm gonna say you get 3, 4, 5 shipping containers. Very easily, you begin to chuck them off with almost
Job
no effort.
half done. Heck yeah. I'd like to wipe off my hands and get ready for the next.
It sounds great.
What the
Crackshot, what are you doing now that you're back under the water? You just saw your friend levitate. No, not levitate. Blink
She was
out
right-
of the water.
So I'm staring at a bunch of bombs that like just went off and are in slow mo.
Yeah, you are currently like in a wave of water, but it's not moving.
Can I swim, or is it more like climbing out of quicksand?
It's more akin to like swimming through jello. It's very cold, but everywhere you go, you're leaving an imprint of your body, like a tunnel that's made specifically for your size.
Yeah. I'm just gonna try to make my way up. So I was under the ship of Slateskin.
Yes.
No. Wait. Yes. So I'm avoiding being crushed by these cargo containers.
Yeah. As you see them in slow motion, being thrown off the boat.
Wait. So that means he's throwing open containers.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yes.
Look, Slateskin had a job. He's doing his job. Again, when Doctor Strange asks you to do something, you do it.
I'm. How slow are we talking? Because I think I have an idea.
What would be a good... Because I could just tell you, like, a meters per second thing, but that's not very, like, visual. I would say, like, if you can imagine a lava lamp, how the bubble goes up and down, it's about half that speed.
If I make it to the top, I'm able to stand on the water.
Very briefly, yeah. But again, it's kind of like Jello. Like your feet begin to sink.
It's like Newtonian liquid. All right, I gotta like chalk in place.
Yes, absolutely.
All right. I'm gonna wait under the first one at a relatively safe distance, like a couple yards away from where I think it's gonna land. That way, when it gets low enough, I'm gonna try to grab a couple people and book it to the shore, and then try to run back. Obviously, I'm not getting like everyone before it lands, but like I can get at least 2 people out of this.
I like this plan. Go ahead and make me an agility check if you wouldn't mind.
Look at that agility. Yeah.
Yeah, 19 is great. I'll say that with that, I'm going to give you the first container of people, except for one.
Who's the one?
You get 19 people.
See, I know that's a good job, but hearing except one just hurts so bad.
Yeah, it's okay. You can come back and get them when they're in the water.
Yeah.
You can do that.
So yeah, you begin to like skate over this non-Newtonian fluid, and you grab one, then a pair of 2, and then you realize that you can sort of like push them since they're on carts, and you begin to like throw them out like ski shooters.
Oh my god, they're strapped in. Oh, this is so much worse. I like to think that Still Spirit was
It's a
like,
roller
yes,
coaster.
Slateskin's got this. He'll close it and then he'll throw it. Where?
I love how all of our first thoughts was, oh, the impact's gonna kill them, and then it just gets like so many layers worse. Like even if it doesn't, this
There's a
and that.
backup.
You're doing a great job, though. It's up until you get to the last one that the container's already half in the water, and that's where your turn ends. Okay,
Gotcha.
Ouroboros. You feel infinity coursing through you. Do you want to try anything fancy?
I feel like I'm just kind of focused on trying to maintain this right now.
Sure, but I could leave it up to your discretion if you wanted it to go slower, if you wanted it to go faster.
I guess if I like notice the way that they're saving the people, I'd like it to go slower.
Yeah, go ahead and make me an ego check.
Oh, I'm really good at those.
He said lying through his teeth.
Okay, 13's decent. Imagine that lava lamp analogy, but now it's going a third of the speed of a lava lamp through the air. Okay, that brings us back to Q. You're seeing a bunch of people being thrown off a boat into the water by your teammates.
I'm processing things.
Mm-hmm.
And that's his turn.
I'm processing things.
Okay,
My god,
we'll move on
to
to
Dark Dimension.
Still Spirit.
Yeah, this is great. What the fuck? She's gonna kind of be like, yes, Slateskin's got this. He's doing a great. Wait, it's still. Oh no.
Nobody told me to do that.
Okay. She's gonna yell at. Well, is it better, or do we just let them fall out and then we collect them in the water? Which one's better?
You have plenty of time. So
Plenty of
easy.
time.
Won't drown that
So easy to get
fast.
more of time. Really, when you think about it.
Yeah, just our friends holding up time over there. How you doing? Great.
I will mention it's at this point you could feel the floorboards below you beginning to bend upwards as the explosion has now reached the top layer of the boat.
Okay, I'm gonna grab, Q may not like this, but I'm gonna grab Q. I'm gonna grab his shoulder, and I'm gonna start kind of dragging him along.
Q, do you
Yeah,
fight back?
that happens.
Okay, great.
Oh yeah, that happens.
And I'm gonna jump us off the boat. We're gonna go off the side of the boat.
Okay. You jump, and yeah, it's a really slow fall.
You know what? While we're in the fall, I'm just gonna go. Q?
Wait, what the hell? What are you doing?
Well, you were kind of out of it, and we need to get off the boat and help the people because Slateskin has kind of thrown the big box things with the door still open, so...
Huh?
Just... Well, we're in the air just to help us get people back onto land. Or just go stand on land. Whatever you need to do. Heart rate's elevated. Kind of shows like the last little bit under her breath as they probably land on the water.
Yeah, and again, this is very weird. It's like every time you take a step, you can feel the water beginning to sink in before you take another step.
Yeah, we're running across the water. I don't know if Q's helping collecting bodies, but she's gonna start shoving people.
Yeah, do me a quick agility check, and we'll see. I'll give you double trouble on this since you're so far away from the other boat, but you might be able to grab a couple people.
Okay. Well, no, wait, hold on. Slateskin's on my boat.
Yeah.
No, you and Q were on the right boat. Slateskin and Crackshot were on the left boat, and...
Right, sorry. Okay, anyways, well, if there's anyone my way, I'll do it. So, right. Agility... Oh, but I gotta get out of trouble.
Yeah, it's sad. That was a fantastic success.
I'm gonna put the...
You have to choose the biggest one.
Yeah.
No, I don't wanna.
Yeah.
You suck.
Hey, if you roll the middle one again, there's a small chance. No. Yeah, I would take the lower one, but...
Well, do I have a way out of this? No.
Double trouble it up.
That's it. Let's get it. It's gotten worse.
Hey, but you do save
Only
13
marginally.
people.
Hey.
Yay!
As you sort of like ninja run arms behind you across the water.
I
and
still
you
have Q's hand.
almost romantic if it weren't for Q being completely disinterested in what's going on. You eventually make it to a cargo container, and yeah, you begin to use the skeet shooting method of pushing them out as a ramp upwards and seeing them in an arc curve in their stretchers.
I love that.
Yeah, let's go to Slateskin.
Do I see everybody pulling people out of these containers as I'm throwing them off?
Yeah,
Clearly?
yeah.
I think Slateskin in this moment would see that and be like, oh, wait a minute. It would start to close them before throwing them off.
Hold up. Wait.
Oh, man.
In a rare moment of clarity.
He doesn't want to not throw them off. He needs to.
Okay.
But now he thinks he's supposed to close them.
Yeah, just make me a melee check just to see if you can get the rest of these off. I'm pretty sure you can.
Just score?
Yeah.
Or non-combat?
Just the score button.
It just keeps getting better.
And,
Yeah, now that the doors are closed, there's no way they can escape. With the 16.
I've also got Mighty 3. Which
Yeah. No, this is super easy for you. You begin to chuck the other 5. Are you, aiming for the docks?
No, not yet. I mean, I don't know that we're saving the people. I was just told throw them off the ship.
Sure. Yeah, that checks
Wait.
out. So you continue to throw them into the water.
Oh my God.
You do pretty much clear out this entire boat, thankfully. None of them are on it, and at this point, it's getting kind of hard to walk around because there are so many boards and splinters everywhere. You're having to push through piles of debris in the air. What are you doing at this moment now that you've pushed them all off?
Kind of getting. The other boat has them too, right?
Yes, it does.
I'm prepared to do a big jump with my newfound strength.
Yeah, sure.
The other boat.
Let's use that melee again. Ooh, a 19 is very good. You use your legs, get in a squatting position, shake your butt, and then you jump.
Wiggle, wiggle.
Just like a cat.
As you soar through the air, like a big comet through the sky, Ouroboros, you feel the wind passing through you as your big, heavy friend is pushing through the air. I'm going to say you're about halfway to the other boat right now.
Hello.
Crackshot.
Yo.
Slateskin has begun clearing off the rest of the boat, which is great. Downside, though, is now you have an extra step in order to get the people out.
I'm gonna reshoot open all of those containers.
Yeah. Are you using like a snap shooting or something?
Yeah, let's probably snap shooting's better. Alright, better.
Yeah. So you can shoot 2 targets, so that's 2 containers. And
wait, actually, weapons blazing. If I get a fantastic success, I can shoot a 3rd time.
Ooh, okay. Yeah, go for it.
Oh, I got this. Wow. All right.
I mean, I'll tell you the good news is it only takes a 10 to shoot them, but you're really scraping the bottom of the barrel here.
That was this counts as a battle, right?
Yeah, it's pseudo weird. I'm sort of not classifying it so you guys can get the best benefit. Yeah.
Would you say that these crates are at least rank 3 or higher?
Why would you ask?
Because with combat trickery, once per battle when attacking targets of equal or higher rank, I automatically roll 1 on the marble.
Yeah, these cargo containers have been through a lot. They're almost 50 years old. With that much experience, I would have to hope that they're rank 3. Yeah.
I love this. This is great.
All right, in that case,
That's
that is
wild.
a fantastic success.
Fantastic.
Ah, yes, here's old Betsy, our 50-year-old shipping container. She's been through a lot. She's kind of oxidizing, but she knows how to get people safely there and back. Am I right, or am I right, Betsy?
Anyways, a TPK the party of crates.
Right, yeah. That works for me. You quickly make your way, shooting each cargo container open, and I'll give you another agility check. I'll give you it with trouble, but you could probably save some more people.
Okie doke. Hey, good roll.
Wow, that's a really good roll. Let's see that trouble.
Oh, right. Decent roll. Still a good roll.
Went from a 23 to an 18, but hey, that's 18 people you just saved. That's almost an entire other crate. So great job. Ouroboros, I'm just gonna let you know it's getting incrementally harder. You could say exponentially more difficult each passing second that you're holding this open. You feel powered up, but I'm gonna need you to make a check of your choice with double trouble.
Oh,
Oh, that's easy.
Here comes Team Rocket.
blasting off again.
That's a good start.
Okay.
Oh,
All right.
Bro.
You know what?
By the eye of Agamotto.
Basically.
At least you were consistent.
By this.
and you did roll it on the highest numbers, right?
Oh, I just did the middle one. Was I supposed to do the highest one?
Yeah, you're supposed to do the highest number.
Aw. I'm gonna laugh. Oh,
Still good. No, you have to do it on the
you
other
have to do it on the
6.
6. Go back to the 20 and do it on the 6.
Mother trucker dude.
It's the
17.
same roll.
Hey, still good.
I mean, 17 is enough to pass. The target number was 16. It's going to increase next round. Okay, so you're keeping it at that 1/3 speed, which is helping your
everybody
teammates.
better hurry up.
I'll let you know, you still have an entire second boat with people on it that still need to be saved. Thankfully, Crackshot has been extremely efficient with this first boat, but we'll see how this tide turns. Q, you're being dragged by Still Spirit as she is flinging these people out of these cargo containers. What are you doing?
Okay, I get it. I'll start helping.
Yeah, I mean, just make me an agility check.
I have 2 actions, and I can run really fast. Does that do anything for me?
I'll give you 2 agility checks.
Sweet. Here we go. This is combat or non-combat?
Whatever helps you the most.
Well, non-combat it is. There's 1. There's 2.
Okay, now we're getting into some good business here. 25 and 21, so you save 46 people as they're coming out of the cargo container. Using your enhanced speed, you very quickly shove them out. Are you being careful where you're throwing them out of the container, or are you just chucking them out?
I'm just chucking them out.
Okay, easy enough to do. They're on their arc towards the water, but they're high up in the air as of right now. Very good. Would you like to move anywhere else?
How much is left around here?
Not much, right? I think Crow and Still Spirit have already cleared out almost everything, and I think you just finished off the rest of the pack, so...
Then in that case, yeah, I'll start running towards the other boat.
Okay, yeah. I'll say you make it about halfway there.
Sweet.
Still Spirit. Q has woken up from his depresso espresso and has made a pretty big impact. What are you doing in this moment?
So just to confirm, everyone on this boat has been saved, roughly.
Yes. Well, I mean, they're flying through the air right now, so where they land is not great, but, like, in this current moment, they are safe, yes.
Alright. I'm gonna make a mental notes check on Q later, and then I'm gonna go running across the water to go get ready to catch the next, few.
Sure.
So I'm preemptively getting ready for that.
I'll go ahead and let you, if you don't plan to use your other actions here, I'll let you speed up to get to the boat, so you'll be there when the first one drops.
Yeah, I don't plan to do anything else. Yeah, I'm gonna make it there.
So after Q does his thing, he runs off, and you sort of meet him halfway there, but you're already sort of running that direction, and you make it to the area in front of the boat. That will bring us to Slateskin. Half of your turn here is spent flying through the air as you go towards this boat. Do you have a landing strategy?
See, this is one of those things called forethought that is not one of Slateskin's strong
lordy.
suits.
Yeah, so I'll describe what happens to you. You're soaring through the air. You feel great. The wind is brushing past your stony skin. And then it occurs to you, wait a minute. I'm pretty heavy. That's like gonna, oh no. And indeed,
make those,
as you make impact onto the deck of the boat, you just go through the first floor, through the second floor, and now you're on the third floor. There is a fire and explosion around you that is pushing you up. What would you like to do?
Well, I'm being catapulted back up through the spot I just came down through, right?
Yes, you are getting pushed, but I would say you might need to help yourself here.
Well, how about I'm sturdy and immovable?
So you don't want to be pushed upwards.
Oh, I kind of do though.
It might be helpful.
We got to keep the boats afloat, right?
At least until the people are off. I mean, they're gonna explode
what
either
if-
way.
Well, here's what I'm wondering: if the boat tips Titanic style, and the things fall off the boat, people are off the boat.
Okay. Do you have a particular way you want to try to implement this strategy?
So, can I be blasted through the side of the boat?
How about this? Make me an agility check to see if you can reorient yourself towards the side of the boat. Holy shit.
Damn.
Oh my
That's a fantastic success. So yeah, sure. Yeah, you, like a ping pong ball, you get sent through the floor, and then the explosion pushes you back, and you slam against the wall of the boat, and the entire thing shifts about 32 degrees. And shipping containers begin to slide on the deck. And I'm going to say for right now, one of them hits the side and then begins to fly off. So, yeah.
Yes.
Never mind the fact that these people are probably upside down right now. You are, in fact, pushing them all off at the same time. So, well done. We will go ahead and leave you to the exploding hole of the boat and go to Q. Not Q. Crackshot.
I like to imagine everybody else just heard the. Ooh.
In my
And
head,
it's
all I
super
have
massive
is you
explosion.
coming out of the side of the boat going, I believe I can fly.
You just look and he's got this horrid look on his face as he's flying through the air.
Wings outstretched.
Crackshot can't even be exasperated anymore. I'm just.
Yeah. Yeah.
You just have to be
Look, we
impressed.
gotta have comic relief, guys.
At this point, it's impressive.
Deep breaths, deep breaths. Alright, how many crates are left?
Okay, so on the new boat to the right, there are an additional 10 crates. One of them is already falling off into the water, and the rest are sliding on the deck.
Yeah, I'll go for the one in the water.
Yeah, I'll say with your full movement, you can get there. Give me an agility check with trouble to see if you can get people out.
Yep. Ugh.
Yeah.
Aw.
That's not too much worse. I'm gonna say, yeah, you
Couldn't get much worse.
you
some
run
karma.
into the crate, and people are upside down, but you still use it as like a pseudo ramp on the top side and fling them out. And you get about 12, so there's still about 8 in there.
Alright.
You could use a karma. If you,
That is true.
I'm not saying you definitely should, but it's an option.
It would
Karma's,
just make it a 13.
Well, wouldn't you be able to roll the 3 in the middle?
Well, no, because then you'd go from having trouble to it being a straight roll.
Oh, it cancels.
Yeah, so you'd have to use 2 karma if you want to get it.
Better
edgier.
than 13.
Yeah.
Well, I only have one. Unless we got one
They
when we
didn't
leveled up.
refresh, unfortunately.
No, you didn't randomly get one when you leveled up. I specified you guys do have to sleep first.
Oh, right.
Although if that's not rules as written, nerds can tell me in the comments.
It's true.
Thank you, nerds.
Yeah, okay. I'm good with 12. I can get the rest later.
Okay. We'll move on to Ouroboros. It's getting tough. You can feel now the infinity beginning to spread through your body and outward. Your complicated mind is trying to piece together the space around you, and it's getting more and more difficult to extend yourself out that far. Make me whatever check you feel comfortable with triple trouble.
That's no problem.
Yeah, that's right.
If it's the one over. and over
Should I
again-
even bother with the other 2 rolls?
Yeah, I'm gonna say that you fail. What this means is now speed is back to half. So it went from a third speed to now half speed. The containers are now falling faster, and it's going to be a little bit harder for you to get them all out before they get into the water. Ouroboros, you are struggling. You're sweating. You can feel your veins popping beneath your skin. This is a lot. Q.
Well,
I'm gonna say at this point, a second cargo container has breached containment, Mr. President.
okay. A second crate has hit the water.
Yeah, that's a better joke. You got it.
I hate that one.
Well,
Get down, Mr. Crate!
Same old, same old.
Yeah, hit it. 2 agility checks, if you wouldn't mind.
Let's go. Let's. Oh, mouse, please. Here we go. Number 1, number 2.
I mean, yeah. Because of the half-speed mitigator, you lose 5 on each of these. So that's 12 people, and then 21 minus 5 is a number. It's
16.
Yes. So 16 plus 12 is a lot. We're just gonna say a lot. You get a lot.
Sweet, thank you.
Not all of them, but a lot. Still spirit.
Right, I have some things I can do now. So there's 2 in the water, a couple more coming on this way.
Yes.
Alright, I'm going to use...
Actually, yeah, now that we're moving in half speed, I'll say another one is already going towards the water.
Cool, well, I'm a quick learner, so I've been figuring this shit out pretty fast.
Okay.
Just double checking. Okay, cool.
Oh, well, you didn't fail an action check.
Oh, that's true. Damn it! Anyways.
So you get for being too good.
Shut up, Q.
No, that was me, the player, saying that.
Damn.
Fair. Okay.
Even the phone had to chime in.
That's a man. I'm gonna keep getting people out. But let me see. Nah, combat tracker technically wouldn't do anything either. Yeah, I'm just gonna keep hucking people out. I'm gonna be doing all the things.
Agility check, if you wouldn't mind.
You should mind and not roll.
That's a fantastic! Yay!
That is a fantastic
great
success,
session.
which means
Yay!
that the mitigator on this is denied. So you, in fact, get 17 people.
Nice.
Nailed it.
Huck them around.
You guys are getting the majority of people out of these crates. So I'm going to say you're keeping pace, absolutely. Slateskin, you are currently feeling the full force of C4 beyond your comprehension pushing you, and it eventually pushes you out the side of the boat. You are now flying in the air.
Cool. Am I flying in the direction of the other boat?
There's only 2 boats.
Oh, I know. Am I flying towards the first boat, the left boat?
Yes, yeah, you would be.
Would you, I'm just curious, argue that I'm flying fast enough to maybe pierce the side of the left boat?
Oh my god.
Oh my god.
I gotta
Hit me
clarify.
with an agility check with double trouble, and if it's good, I'll give it to you.
Are you like
What I
pointing your
jump- what I
Oh my
toes,
god.
tucking in, and you're like becoming a bullet in the
Cannonball.
air?
Yeah, I'm being fastball.
Target number is
how-
16 here.
Do I trouble the left, right, or middle?
You trouble the biggest
Upper
number.
right. So the 6s, one of the 6s.
Ooh, okay.
Can I karma that?
You can, but I would probably roll the other one because you have to roll that too. I gave you double trouble.
Gotta get rid of the other 6.
Yeah. So the
So
target
if
number is
I-
16. If you use a karma here,
Because, like, otherwise I'm going to fly out in the middle of nowhere and sink in the ocean. So
Yeah.
that'd be
That's a
somewhere.
double karma this.
I can just karma the right die, right?
Yeah, I believe so.
So what do I do? I'm just gonna. I don't know how to write that in the game, but
You click on it and click edge.
the left one should have been.
So it would
Fine.
be a 17.
Yeah.
Which, yeah, that does it. You ping pong off of this boat, feel the explosion burn your asshole, and it sends you back over to the other boat. And you breach the hull of that one. You're on the 4th level at the bottom.
How graphic.
Sweet. I really did just do a whole loop of the area in one go.
I like to imagine Slateskin's bare, stony ass now just burned his clothes off.
Yeah, absolutely.
You see 2 little pebbles.
Yeah, you are in the second boat. It is also exploding, and you're on the 4th floor.
Oh, I forgot that it was. Oh no.
Okay, great. It is now Crackshot's turn.
Well, I got crits to get.
I'll tell you another boat, or excuse me, another container has already hit. I'll say another 2. So that would be probably the last ones, right?
Alrighty.
No, actually, there's probably plenty more, but anyway, you do your thing.
That's all it is.
Okay, so that would be 11 more people.
Hey.
All right, Ouroboros. You know what time it is. Whatever roll, triple trouble.
Could I do quadruple trouble and try and slow it down again?
Ooh. You're
That's
tempting me.
ballsy.
That is... You're tempting fate. The target number is 16, so I'll leave it up to you.
I'll do it.
Okay, let's see it. 19.
Oh,
19.
Hey.
oh my god!
19. 16. This is the last one.
Oh, karma.
Karma.
Okay,
Chameleon.
Oh man, this is down to the wire.
how does the karma work again? I'm gonna need a reminder.
You re-roll the.
You can choose
one
which die you want to re-roll.
I think the 1 seems like your best bet to re-roll.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, you could always go for a fantastic success. That's always a.
So do I re-roll it at trouble then?
No, you
No,
re-roll
you
it with
just do
edge.
Oh. W.
Oh, we're
But
good.
it's a
we're good.
16.
I had to hit a 16.
That is the target number. I can't believe it. But you're slowing time down again.
Yeah.
So you, from the brink of the sweat and the pain of your muscles constricting, you put out another hand, and time begins to slow again. I'm gonna need you to take some
another?
damage for this, though.
Yeah, probably.
Go ahead and take 20 off.
Ooh.
You're so cool.
You can feel your body being stretched to its limit. It feels like you're being pulled by 1,000 different gravitational forces in every direction.
Oh, that's awesome.
Q.
You killed
Time
it.
is slowed down to a third.
You fucking killed it.
I can't believe it. That was fucking insane. I'll let you know.
Oh,
Another 2 have left the boat. I think that only leaves a couple left.
oh boy, here we go. Hey!
That's a fantastic success, which means
Hello, gorgeous.
you not only get 19, but I'll give you... What else would you like to do with this fantastic success as you're moving at super speed?
That's a great question.
Do you want a third agility check? Do you want to, like... get all the crates off at the same time and not have to wait for them to fall off. You could give a big fat fuck you to Ouroboros for no reason.
Don't tempt me. I think I'll take another agility check. That seems like the most bang for my buck here.
Yeah, you'll get 3 agility checks this round. Let's see the second one.
Hell yeah.
16. Great.
Again?
Yeah. 20.
Okay.
Yeah, you clear these cargo crates. Now you're just basically waiting for the next ones to drop. As you've been hurling people out of these things, and they're flying through the air. It looks like it's raining men and women. And men. Okay.
Hallelujah.
Fantastic. Amazing. Still Spirit. Another container has just left the boat.
Ah! No, people. Okay, do the same thing again. Yeah, I can't. Yeah, I can't do anything crazy. So I'm gonna keep getting people out.
Okay, let's see it. Okay. I'm gonna say that with this roll, you guys have grabbed every single person.
Woo!
Give yourselves a pat on the back. You guys did really, really well here. I'm gonna go ahead and close turn order, and I'm gonna turn our attention to Ouroboros. You have been straining yourself, and now you're beginning to feel dizzy.
So I'm gonna die, right?
You're gonna go unconscious. And as you do, time begins to revert to its normal speed. As the water around you becomes less walkable, you begin to sink.
How fast do I blow up?
I'm gonna describe it to you.
I would also like to remind everybody that I was like floating in the sky.
Yeah. So this is what happens. As time begins to speed up, people on their stretchers go flying into the dock. Some sink underwater, some land, some crash. You're pretty sure injuries are abound. You see several cargo containers splash into the water. Slateskin, you are blown up and then pushed to the exact bottom of the ocean. You go flying down leagues deep. And the rest of you unceremoniously splash into the water as you're no longer suspended on it. The explosions push the water, and it creates a wave that begins to flood towards you. And I'm gonna need you all to make a vigilance check to stay awake.
Oh, damn.
Oh shit. Okay.
I can do that. A score?
Indeed.
I'm looking
gonna
for
be-
anything above a 14.
Is this non-combat,
Above?
by the way?
Non-combat?
Yes!
Oh yeah, if you guys
gonna-
have non-combat scores that are better, you should be rolling those.
I'm gonna be going
That
after
makes sense
Ouroboros.
for Slateskin, though. Like, he went
Yeah.
to the bottom of the ocean. I'd be surprised if he was awake.
Okay, yeah, so Still Spirit is good. Crackshot is good. I'm so sorry, Alex. You are one short. That sucks.
No, it's alright.
And Slateskin, yeah. So that leaves 2 of you awake as an entire wave crashes into you, the force of which is immense. And it pushes all of these stretchers and people to the edge of the dock. Wood splinters. Things crack. For those of you that aren't awake, we'll get back to you. For right now, both Still Spirit and Crackshot, you are delirious, you are tired. All of that energy coming back to hit you at once is extremely tiring. You feel like you've just run 3 marathons and you're having trouble keeping above the water. But what are you doing?
Guess I'm just trying to see who's where and well, I guess if anything like urgent is happening, like time's back, is there anything crazy going on?
Yeah, I'll, with that 20, I'll tell you, in terms of, like, is there anything shifty going on? No. It seems like things are returning back to normal. Stephen Strange is nowhere to be found, which is odd. And as you recall, he did get cut off mid-sentence. What you do see is a massive destruction. There are boat splinters in the water. The docks that you were previously standing on are now destroyed, and you can see bodies are everywhere. It's hard to make sense of things. And with the 15 that you got, Still Spirit, I'll let you know you can hear sirens.
Oh, like police and ambulances and stuff?
You presume.
I'm gonna hope, but I am gonna grab, Ouroboros before I start heading to shore.
Yeah, you can see a vein on his forehead is popped, and there's blood going down his face.
Yeah, I'm gonna grab him. Nobody else passed out, correct? Well, I mean, he's at the bottom of the ocean. I don't know if I can get to him.
Yeah, that's a tough ask.
I'm out.
But everyone else is okay?
Nope.
No.
She's
Q is currently floating down into the water. You probably just caught him as you were the closest to him.
Yeah, I'm gonna catch both of them and I'm gonna start taking them back.
Yeah, make me an agility check with trouble.
Sure. This. Oh, what am I? 13.
Okay, with a 13, I'll say that you're moving at half speed through the water as you're trudging to grab these two dead weights.
I am kicking with my feet. It's like she angles her body so that her feet are propelling her, but she's laying back, holding the two of them by her arms and just
okay.
being a little motorboat.
It's at this point, I'll tell you, Crackshot, you do see a figure in red extend a hand towards you, and as you look up, it's Daredevil.
Oh, hey. How do you get in?
Take my hand.
Sorry, I was trying to make a sound effect there. It's not going through the mic. Well, I take the hand.
Okay. As you take his hand, he lifts you with one arm out of the water, and he dives in after Still Spirit. You can see behind him are red and blue lights of the emergency services. Apparently he's done his job. You can see paramedics are beginning to run through the building, as do police officers. Still Spirit, you can see your former mentor through your echolocation over the water.
She's gonna call out, and she's like bobbing her head up and down under the water, and she's like, Daredevil!
Don't worry, kid, I'm coming for you.
She's gonna keep paddling towards him, listening to his splashes specifically.
He eventually makes his way to you and grabs your friend Q and then puts an arm around you. He says,
okay. I'm fine.
I'm glad you're okay, kid. What the hell happened?
Doctor Strange came and he stopped time, and then Ouroboros was stopping time, and I think he popped a vessel. He's bleeding in the head. I don't know.
Jesus. We're gonna have to get this sorted later. Let's get to the shore. Are any of your friends still in the water?
Slateskin went under the water, and I think he went all the way to the bottom, but I can't locate him. I don't know where he is. But I know he went to the other boat and then went under. That's as far as I know.
All right. Stay here. He's gonna push you to one of the remaining ladders that goes up, and he's going to hand you the body of Q, and he's gonna go back into the water.
She's gonna make sure that the two get medical attention. So she's gonna start yelling at people that if anyone's nearby.
Indeed, it's a very hard climb up the ladder, but you're eventually caught by two paramedics that lift you up. and they begin to check you and your friends. Some of them are put on stretchers.
I shove them away from me, and I get them to focus on Q and on Ouroboros. And then I'm gonna go back into the water and try and help Daredevil.
Okay.
If I can.
Yeah. It doesn't take you too long. You can see Daredevil sort of clocked that you were behind and is currently hovering over where he thinks the spot is. You can see in between swimming, he's kicking up his legs and then clapping really, really loud on the surface. And then as he goes below, you can feel a click that goes beneath the water and it pings off your friend.
I'm going straight for him.
Daredevil grabs your hand, and you both begin to swim below. Thankfully, this is not the deepest part of the ocean. It's still near the shore, but you're still going probably 30 feet below the water.
Okay.
You eventually feel around, and you find the body of Slateskin. And the two of you lift underneath each arm and begin to swim up. It is excruciatingly painful. I need to reiterate, you are exhausted. What you just went through is like running a marathon in 2 seconds. When time sped up, your muscles did not. You are struggling here. Go ahead and give me a melee check with trouble.
I'm pretty sure Slateskin weighs about 400 pounds.
It's not easy.
Can I...
Do you have karma?
I do have karma.
That's good to keep in mind.
No. Okay. Melee with trouble. Oh, not the 6.
6.
Does a 13 do it? Because if it doesn't, I'm gonna use karma.
You might wanna.
Gotcha.
This is a lot of poundage.
I feel like Woody
Yeah.
in Toy Story when Andy drops him through the pile of cards and he's just
I'm gonna put
falling.
edge on my
Yeah.
2.
Yeah.
Season 13. I
That
have one more
didn't
karma.
change.
Can I do one more?
If you have an extra karma, you can.
I have one more, but that's all I have.
All right, let's see it. Oh, it's so painful.
It's fine.
I'm
It's
sorry.
fine.
I am sorry.
You know what?
Yeah, with a 13, it is difficult. I'm gonna say that by the time you get up out of the water, you're choking water yourself. And Daredevil is having to put in twice the effort right now to keep you both up above the surface. It is a grueling swim, but about 15 minutes later, you can see some paramedics grab you out of the water. You are completely exhausted. You need to lie down.
Yeah, she's gonna like stand up for a second, and then she's gonna, no, I'm sitting down. And she sits down, and then she's like, I'm lying down. She goes. She's done. She's spent.
Okay. Catastrophe? Maybe. But you guys have saved a lot more lives than what it could have been. We're gonna pause for a second here.
Well, it's been a second.
We are going to transition to a day later. You all are currently at your HQ, which I will bring us there now. Needless to say, the aftermath of this event hit national news. An explosion this big is insane for the area, and it indeed did affect a lot of people. You were able to save over 60% of the lives on those boats, but it was not all. With you is Daredevil, who refused to leave Still Spirit after her triumphant dive into the water. And you all are currently sitting in your main room. You were told that you were supposed to receive news that the area was being contained and that the people were being saved and that you all did your best. Daredevil is sort of looking down at the table and just shaking his head. I don't understand the ploy. Many of you are still injured, although recovering. And I'll go ahead and tell you that you can refill your karma now, since you did get a sleep. Any health that you're missing can be restored, so go ahead and press those buttons. But as for your energy level, very low. Ouroboros, notably, is still unconscious, seemingly not waking up from whatever he did.
Oh.
Paramedics say that he's okay, just that he'll need more time to rest.
I'm going to keep his door open, and I'm going to be constantly listening to his heartbeat for when he wakes up. So I have him constantly pinged as she's sitting on the couch in the corner. She's got Whipper in her lap.
Yeah, Whipper seems to be happy that you're safe, although he obviously doesn't know the context. He's a very happy dog.
I'm okay with him being happy. At least someone can pretend things are fine for me.
Oh, what'd you say,
What dog
Tronz?
breed is Whipper again?
He's a shepherd dog. It's like a sheepdog.
Is that one of the ones that's like black and white?
Yeah. He's like
God.
black on top, but he's got a white belly and like a white on the back of his tail.
It's at this point that Agent X walks through the front door. You can see as she walks in, she's sort of pinching the bridge of her nose, and she slumps down in the seat. You know, I was supposed to come in with good news today, but before I say anything, I want you to know that you all did your best. Nick Fury is not happy.
Yeah.
I'm trying to smooth things over with him, but it's a lot.
He's not happy with what we did?
Well, we don't know all the details yet, so we don't want to put blame that doesn't belong to you. But, you know, Ouroboros is usually the one that fills out the reports. We still don't know the full story on what happened. I was hoping you'd fill in the gaps.
That strange guy came down.
Yeah.
Said something about a fisher.
Strange as in Doctor Strange?
Yeah. He stopped time so we could get who we cut off the boats before they exploded. But
Wow. And that's fascinating to me. He should be helping with Galactus.
yeah, he said he noticed something was wrong here on Earth, and where we were was the biggest light thing. I don't know. And
Well, we'll definitely have to talk to him to get his side of the story. That'll be a reputable source, if what you're saying is true.
then there was the shipyard. They had a bunch of people in there that they were carting onto the boats. We infiltrated it. Had a bunch of people. One of the guys was running away with something. And then he smashed it to get rid of the evidence.
Right. And is this connected to what we thought it was? The same thing that Mysterio was messing with?
No, not the orb. It was an embryo.
Embryo?
Yeah, Yeah, exactly that. At least that's what they look like.
Q, I do want to ask, did you end up submitting those briefcases that you took?
Yes.
Okay.
If I actually, I don't think I still had them when I was running through, and if I did,
Probably in the dock.
I was about to ask if you, Because it certainly slipped my mind until just now. I remembered that you went through and grabbed those things.
So here's the thing. If I did run and do all of it with the laptop still, which I probably would have, they probably would have hit the water at the same time I did.
Okay. Yeah. So this is what you'll say.
Also, I'm not in the room right now.
Yes. The files that we did find regarding this operation were tough to parse through. What we're gathering is that this operation is much bigger than we initially thought. It's not just one criminal organization working with another. We feel it might be a global operation, one that is going to take a lot of care and attention and might require a team more adept than you all. You can see she sort of slumps her shoulders and crosses her arms.
You're saying we're off the case? Like, or are you saying we're disbanded?
I don't know yet.
Until further notice.
I don't know. I want to reiterate, I think you did your best, but we can't cover everything. We'll need to hear from Strange on his side of the story.
I mean, do you want to hear the weirdest thing?
Hit me.
Strange said that none of it was real. But it was showing up to be real.
What does that even mean?
I don't know. I thought it might have been something to do with Mysterio and the stupid Grand Architect. She like throws her hands up. We don't even know who that is. All of this points to nothing other than that every supervillain is working together and doing dumb stuff. Like a giant robot protecting kids, the thing that never does.
This might have just been my fault. And I'm sorry.
How is this your fault? How is this anybody's fault?
I thought that this was something that you could handle, but it's a lot to ask of anybody, much less a team this new.
And? Didn't the Avengers start off being idiots together and then figured their stuff out?
You're not...
I'm sorry.
The Avengers, and that's okay.
No, but that doesn't mean that we can't figure it out. You saying that we can't, or you saying that we're not good enough yet, doesn't mean anything.
It's at this point that Daredevil does speak up. What I saw out there... Still Spirit has guts. Okay, they did save people. 100% completion isn't possible in this kind of work. I don't know what Nick Fury is thinking, but the way I see it, these people did their job.
You can't grade us like we're kids in a school. I'm sorry, but that's the stupidest thing that's ever happened.
Respectfully, Daredevil, there's a reason that you're not a part of one of these teams. And as for you, you might as well be a kid. We're still covering for your family, if you don't remember. You're supposed to be in college.
I'm well aware. But that doesn't stop me from doing my job. With all due respect.
Well, with all due respect, I have some talking to do. I appreciate the information you gave me. I'm going to try to put in a good word. Stay out of trouble. You can see she pushes up her glasses and struts out of the room, closing the door to the building.
Well, she's a jerk.
She's doing her job.
We're all doing our job.
Crackshot. I will let you know that over the night, while you were sleeping, you did actually receive an update on that paper that you guys found in the radio tower.
Oh.
Presumably, it's still early in the morning, so you haven't read it yet. But it appears to be a video message.
Oh. Do we have a TV in the room?
You have a hologram table.
Hopefully it doesn't need... Alright. Plug it in.
Yeah, easy enough to do. Sort of like a switch going in its dock. You just, like, slap it onto its spot, and you pull up the file. And you can see standing there in a room is a raccoon in a uniform of some kind. You can see he's fiddling around with a piece of paper, and he adjusts the camera. I don't know what kind of shit you sent me, but it was really hard to figure out. I had to steal like 12 different devices in order to get where I am. Here's what I got. As he reads, I'm going to say that on the screen, there's sort of like a translation. Whatever alien language this is really, really hard to translate. So what you're getting is a rough interpretation. And you can tell that by the way that it's written. But I'm just going to tell you as it is written here. Fascinating that you thought I wouldn't come back. The show isn't over. I don't know what the hell that means, but my job's done here, so... Bye. He clicks the button and the video message ends.
I love Rocket.
Well, that was interesting.
I'll go ahead and put the message in the chat.
You think that's from our friend Mysterio or from the Grand Architect that nobody knows about, but apparently we are supposed to know about?
Wait, what are we supposed to know about them?
The fascinating you thought I wouldn't come back, the show isn't over?
Not with it. I'm getting off track. I can't say I know them that well, but that sounds Mysterio-ish.
I'm gonna kind of like put her hands over her eyes, like drag her face down a little. I'm gonna go attempt to do an audio report and see if I can do something about it. And that way at least Ouroboros doesn't have to worry about it when he wakes up.
To this point, Daredevil stands up from his chair, and he walks over and gives you a hug and a pat on the back.
She's gonna hug him back.
Look, it was nice seeing you, kid, but I got things I gotta do. Let me know if you needed somebody to vouch for you, or if you need a good lawyer.
Matt
Here.
Murdock. Here's my
I
business
got you
card.
on speed dial. I'll talk to you soon, okay?
He nods, and he leaves the building.
Yeah, before I go into the audio report, I'm gonna knock on Q's door real quick. Sorry, not sorry.
Yeah, Q, you get a knock at your door.
What do you want?
Can I come in for a sec?
You hear some shuffling and they open the door. What?
Gonna let herself in a little bit if he moves out of the way.
Nope.
Cool.
Okay.
You're so helpful!
Yeah, don't be mean to the blind man.
Am I allowed to come in and talk in private or no?
Depends. What do you want to talk about?
Your heart rate.
They start closing the door.
She puts her foot in the door.
You're not gonna let up, are you?
No. I'm very determined that way.
Sigh. Okay.
Well, that was easy.
Do you want a dog, or are you scared of dog hair?
I don't want it on my bed.
I'm gonna whistle for Whipper to come over. And then I'm gonna sit on the floor with Whipper. So
So what should you? Huh? Trying to be a hero and save me too?
No, I just want to make sure you're fine. Out of all of us,
Yeah,
your
I'm
heart rate is probably
fine.
the quickest.
That's fine.
Well, considering what I went through, no, probably not.
What does that mean?
Oh, and
You think
Doctor
you
Strange?
relate to me in any way?
Oh, you're Mr. Defensive today. No, I don't relate to you. I'm not you. You.
So what's all this then?
I'm just trying to figure everything out. And probably at least making sure I'm not the only one that went through crazy stuff when Doctor Strange did that thing would be great.
Well, have you asked the others?
I'm starting with the shut-in.
Uh-huh, very funny.
I mean, you haven't left your room. Ouroboros is out. The other two are... Well, if they were there when Agent K came in. I don't know if you heard about that or heard that. Oh, yeah. Depending on how their talk goes, we might be disbanded. Yeah. Pull up her hairband. Like, kind of showing her hazy blue eyes. They look in his direction. Not quite, but pretty close to.
And?
Sure, let's go in a sharing circle. I'm asking the questions. You're gonna ask me questions back. No.
Okay. You want to start?
I had to put my hands into my burning eyeballs and pull something out of my head. What was your experience with Doctor Strange? There's like a very like, I hate this smile on her face when she says that.
Well, I had to face hundreds of bleeding hearts that ended up pouring their blood into my mouth and my body. And it hurt.
Fuck.
How's that, armchair psychologist?
You know, I could psychoanalyze you, but I feel like you would kick me in the face if I did that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm not gonna. That sucks, though. All of this sucks. Oh, and before you get mad at me for having really cool hearing, I also did hear what Kay said to you the other day, so I'm just gonna let you know that I know that, but I'm not gonna say anything because that would be really, really mean.
Bye.
She's the worst, right?
Well, considering
no.
she used my family as a point of I'm still a child. Yeah. I'm not a fan of that attitude, personally.
Uh-huh.
Because I could have covered for myself. Even if I remember now. X, K, whatever. I can't read. I don't have letters.
That's why you can't read.
Sucks, seeing as
I
you're
picked the
talking
wrong
to him.
letter. I'm so sorry. I keep saying K for the first time.
I wasn't correcting you because I thought it'd be really funny if you called her K
Yeah.
in front of her face.
I might one day. I might, just because listen, there might be Braille out there, but at the same time, if I mishear something, don't blame me. There's a bunch of ambient sounds out there. It's hard to differentiate.
Yeah.
Yeah, totally. Totally not disrespecting her surroundings. Anyways. I'm really hyper, and I'm so sorry. What were we saying?
I was saying it's unfortunate of your whole deal with the letters, seeing as you're talking to one.
Yeah.
He's not K either. FYI.
He's not K. Are you P? He's G.
What?
Sorry, Xuhn just messaged me. He's G.
I think she's having a seizure. It's quick,
I'm
somebody
hyper.
check on her stat.
I inhaled so much water. It's fine. Anyways. I've heard your name enough times. Was yours is kind of original?
Thanks.
You're welcome. Well, I mean, do you really hear that many people picking Q as like a preferred letter?
I don't really care.
Neither do I. But normally people go for X for edgy, or I don't know, other stuff like that.
What?
I can't wait
What?
for her to re-listen to these recordings later.
Yeah, hold on.
Well, this enlightening conversation is going on.
I'm so sorry.
We're gonna move on to Crackshot and Slateskin. You're just sort of like chilling in the room,
Yep.
and then boom!
Oh,
Through the floor comes Stephen Strange, and he slaps into the ceiling, and then falls down on the face.
Thwack.
I hear that.
His cape
Oh my
is
God.
half burnt, and he has bruises on his face, and he's struggling to get up, and he's giving a hand as if he wants somebody to grab him.
yeah.
It's that guy.
grab
I
it.
don't
for his
think you
hand.
guys appreciate how loud that boom was because it didn't quite go through the mic, but I could very audibly hear it from over here. It was loud.
Was it loud for Still Spirit?
Oh, it was probably loud in the recording too. I don't doubt it. I hope that didn't, scare anybody who was washing.
Vine boom
Dishes
sound.
or
Vine boom
something.
sound.
Boom.
Wait, hold on. I think I got that.
I'd like to
Good,
reach
good,
for
good,
his
good.
hand.
No,
I'd
I
like
don't
to
have
reach for
Vine Boom. I just have Metal Pipe.
Oh, the music.
his hand.
Oh,
As he gets up, you can see his whole body is shaking, and he coughs onto the table some blood, and he puts an arm down. I can't stop them. Whatever's causing this illusion. Listen, what you see you cannot believe. The boats aren't real. The people aren't real. Some entity more powerful than I can imagine is playing a game with you all. There isn't time to explain. I must make more time. Ignore the boats. Go find Wiccan. He begins to put his hands together, and very strained, he pulls them apart. And you begin to see that green aura appear.
I'm gonna run out of the room as soon as he starts yelling. What?
Time begins to reset. You feel yourself going backwards. The time you just spent together, whittling away, until... Welcome back, everyone, to Marvelous Mysterium.
Oh my god!
The date is August 18th, 2030. DF-45 investigated suspicious traffic patterns with the help from Daredevil, but ran into danger quite quickly. Daredevil told them that he'd handle the situation, and DF-45 then went to investigate the northwest docks of Seattle. There, amongst the rain and low thunder, they made their way into an old warehouse which, turns out, was smuggling unconscious people on boats out of the city. Using teamwork, they managed to take out both Tombstone and Crossbones, preventing their escape. However, as they tried to stop the two boats full of unconscious civilians from leaving, they discovered that tons of C4 had been planted on the underside of the boats, and with only minutes remaining, DF-45 scrambled to find a way to save these hundreds of people. Right when they thought it was too late, time seemed to slow down as shrapnel and debris from the boat began to fly out, and under the green aura of this phenomenon they heard, "I am Dr. Stephen Strange." That is where we begin. Actually, hold on, my notes have an addendum here. It says... Steven says they need to open their minds and then mention their rank up, but that's not supposed to be until later in the episode, so I don't... I guess you guys are rank 3 now. I don't know why.
I'm about to have Slateskin jump into the ocean on purpose this time.
What are you guys doing? Stephen Strange is not paying attention to you? What's going on? What the fuck is wrong
Bill
with my notes?
Murphy anywhere nearby?
Stop.
Asking for a friend.
Oh my lordy. I'm going to ignore the boats and I'm jumping off. Frick this crap. I'm not dealing with it.
Fuck this shit, I'm
puts
out.
his hands on his knees and he does throw up this time.
Okay, I'm actually going to need a second. Something's wrong.
Okay.
Oh, lordy. I swear.
Oh yeah.
This is not okay.
Something's wrong.
I'm grabbing everyone's hands. I'm like, no, we're not doing this. We're not doing this
All
right
right,
now.
guys. How are we gonna go
No,
find this
no.
Wiccan guy?
Who's Wiccan?
Wiccan
Oh, he's
is
been unconscious the whole time.
He's conscious now.
Wiccan is, I think, one of
Okay,
Wanda's two
I
kids.
did find the right notes, guys. I'm sorry that I got them mixed
okay.
up. I don't
Okay.
I don't know what's going on. I promise I prepared everything, but I'm just like
Oh,
Yeah.
good.
I'm missing a bunch of information.
Perfect DM.
So under Stephen Strange here, I have
I see
written.
that.
You see Stephen Strange turns to you, and he pats himself down, and then looks below him. I don't have a lot of time. I bought you extra. Here's the deal. The world is going to hate you. But you have a limited amount of time. This force that's controlling the situation, it is much more powerful than any one of us combined. You need to find Wiccan. He can help you understand the magic that surrounds this place. I have to pay for what I've done.
What? Where is Wiccan? Do you know where they are?
Steven starts to speak, but he has no mouth.
Well, who did that?
Point in the direction. Strange. Come on.
Strange begins to point, and then a tendril from beneath the boat lashes at his arm and pulls it back. Then another, and then another. Steven looks Ouroboros in the eyes and intently nods as he is dragged below the sea.
Can I do a thing?
I'll let you do a thing as soon as we unpause time, because you guys are now back out of the mirror dimension, and yeah, the boat explodes. I need you all to make a vigilance check to stay awake.
Better not fail this time.
Come on, I just woke up.
Oh,
No.
good.
I'm gonna karma it.
All right.
I'm gonna karma it.
You do have karma.
I don't.
Oh, right. I gotta fix that.
Oh, I am karmaing it again. I have 2.
You're gonna run out of
It's me.
karma.
I'll karma again. Or
I'm
not
okay with
again,
running
not
on
much
karma
this
right
time.
now.
What if the only way to break the loop is to not sleep?
Aww.
That's okay. It's okay. It's okay. Is it the same? What's the?
It needs
what
to
do we
be
need?
over 14.
Aw, brick.
Sorry, guys.
Am I the only one awake?
I'm awake.
Okay, we got 2
Slateskin
people.
is
That's enough.
Oh, lordy.
We'll be fine.
Okay. The boats blow up, and water sends a tsunami towards the ocean. Everyone on that ship has died. Those of you who are still awake are now feeling the full force of the wave that crashes into the shore and destroys the docks.
I'm-
Blah, 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 blah.
Oh, God, no. I'm gonna start grabbing everyone.
Yeah, go ahead and make me a melee check.
Question,
Yeah.
DM sir, because I'm gonna bullshit things.
Sure, what's up?
You know, technically, because we had to rewind time, I failed this last time. Can I
Absolutely,
use
you can.
Quick learner?
Actually, sorry, I don't know why I said that. This is the first time you're doing it, so...
Well,
Yeah, come
but
on.
it
I don't think
feels
you can
like
do
I've
that.
done this before, and I know you don't know that, but like I know that, so therefore this should happen, right?
Are you suggesting deja vu is real?
I see things he can't see. You wanna know why? I'm blind.
You know what? I'll give it to you. You're being a little weird right now, but I assume, this is for good intentions, so... Yeah, go ahead.
I hate to tell you, I'm always weird. You said agility or melee?
Melee.
Melee. Okay. Go. But I'm gonna edge it because I can. Yeah. Okay. That's fine. So it's pretty good.
17 is pretty good, and you begin to pull your compatriots out of the water. Slateskin, unfortunately, you were just flung off the boat, and you're sinking like a rock.
I'll be fine.
He's awake this time. I don't know.
I mean, we're not that far from shore.
Yeah,
Like,
I mean-
I can still walk to shore.
Yeah, it shouldn't be too much of an issue.
Like, the ground goes up in a direction, I just go up where the ground's going up.
Yeah, it takes you a while, but you eventually get there. It's at this point that you do hear sirens in the distance.
Wait. I'm gonna start yelling for Daredevil.
You can see
Daredevil-
Daredevil rounds the corner, hearing your call, and he sort of looks confused, but runs towards you.
I love this. I'm gonna help me get people out.
Are you okay, kid?
Yeah, I'm fine.
What the hell happened here? He's looking at the bodies that are currently splayed across the water.
Doctor Strange told us to find Wicked. Where's Wicked?
You say as you climb up these remaining steps out of the shore.
Daredevil, I know this is gonna sound crazy. This isn't real. None of that is real. Okay. So whatever you think, whatever you see, whatever you feel, I feel it too and I can see it. But it's not real. So we need to just fucking forget it and just move on.
Where's
Did
Rachel?
you get a concussion, kid?
No, I didn't.
Let the paramedics get a look at you, okay?
No.
Do you have any more friends in the water?
No, this is the only one. Just get them to take care of them. I'm fine. He's not in the water. We're fine.
Okay, after a few minutes, paramedics do arrive, and the scene that they see is a grisly one. Blood and body parts in the water.
Does any of our other compatriots wake up at all?
Yeah, if each one of you would please make me a vigilance check.
Of the sleeping ones?
Hey!
That is a fantastic success.
He
From
got the
Q.
smelling salts.
Hey,
Woke up
That
with
is a
his-
fantastic
oh, wow.
success from Crackshot. I couldn't make this up if it was better.
Come on, Ouroboros,
We both like
you.
jolt awake.
The EMTs like cracked open the salts, and you were like, "What?" Hello.
And a 16
Aw.
is the score required to wake up.
Ooh.
Oh wait, why did you do trouble?
That'd be funny.
Oh,
Well, the good news is, miraculously, you all jolt awake as paramedics are bandaging your wounds. Daredevil is trying to get a paramedic on you, Still Spirit.
I am refusing.
Kid, you're
I'm gonna-
you're not
I'm-
okay. I know what just happened is a lot.
I'm fine. Ouroboros, can you look up who Wiccan is?
Give me a second. Ignore the fact that I don't have my accent.
It comes in and out. It's like Wanda.
surely there's a cafe or something with a laptop.
On the blown up docks, I'm gonna ask a paramedic for a piece of like pen and paper.
Yeah, paramedic pulls out what appears to be a notebook and gives you a scrap.
I wanna write a brief.
Don't trust it.
something.
It's not real.
Well, see, you don't know that or everything, so I'm trying to write something down to hand to you. I'm writing everything that happened while you were unconscious, so that I can hand that to you.
That's easy enough to do. It takes you about a minute or so. Any bullet points you want to share on the list?
Yeah, I want to check the recording. No, I'm kidding.
Bruh. That's gonna be a while from now, so I mean,
That is fair.
See, after the re-narrating the intro, sorry, after you narrated the beginning the first time, I accidentally closed my Google Doc. I don't know why I did that.
wait, what do you mean the
What do you-
first time?
Yeah, what do you mean?
Yeah, like
Don't let them know. Don't
just
let them
now
know.
when you opened the session, I thought, oh, session's starting. I time to close my Google Doc. Whoops.
Right, yeah.
Yeah,
Uh-huh.
my bad.
Makes sense.
Okay,
Apparently,
well, Ouroboros, you receive a note. It is pretty confusing to read through, but I assume there's a reason that it was sent over, so.
Okay.
For sure.
What are you all doing as paramedics are beginning to gather and police officers are surveying the scene?
I'd like to tell everybody, forget them, let's go. And I'd like to start walking in the direction Dr. Strange pointed. Come on, guys.
I lost my glasses in the water again.
Okay.
All right,
I'm
Slateskin
walking
is
by
walking
myself.
off.
I'm just walking like directly the direction that Dr. Strange pointed.
Yeah, it was somewhere, I would say, southeast.
It's gotta be kind of close to the right spot. Close enough.
I'm gonna stay in a talking tone as I start to help gather everyone and we start heading off. I'm assuming. Or we're just like, are you coming through, Devil, or not?
Yeah, kid. Are you sure you're okay? You're acting weird.
Yeah, I'm fine. When Doctor Strange makes you or shows up and stops time, but then doesn't stop time, it makes you think a little weird.
Doctor Strange was here. That changes things.
Yeah. Let's just say we just spent 24 hours of this, and none of those people were real. It looks real, it feels real, but it's not real. And so Doctor Strange then turned back time, and we need to go find somebody, and we have to ignore this, or a whole world's in jeopardy, or something. I don't know.
Look, if you don't want paramedics, kid, I think you should get some sleep. You're not thinking right.
Forget them. Just leave
I
him. We gotta
just
go.
said Doctor Strange turned back time.
Well, then where's Doctor Strange?
Paying for his crimes for doing so. I don't know.
All right, well, clearly you're not
Do you trust
you're not
me?
fit enough, any of you, to drive. Let me take the wheel.
Thank you.
Oh, I guess we could drive. I didn't even think of that.
Isn't he blind?
Yes, he is.
Wait a minute.
Wait.
My
She seems fine
vigilance
with
is
it.
pinging.
As you all make it to your van and he sits in the front seat, you see he presses a third button on the right and autopilot is engaged.
Oh, thank God.
He speaks aloud. Defense Force 45 HQ.
No, get me out of here. That's not where I want to go.
Can I try to push my door open?
I mean, yeah. I don't know why.
What are you
don't wanna-
doing?
I don't want to go back to the base.
Yeah, neither.
Yeah, see? It's not just me. I don't want to go back to the base.
What are you talking about? You need
You-
rest.
Do you know who Wiccan
No.
is? Do you know anyone by that name?
Wiccan? Yeah, he's
Yeah.
I think he's the son of Scarlet Witch.
We need to go to him.
Yeah, we need to talk to that guy.
If anyone can fix this, if anyone can help us, it would be him.
That's bad news. I don't know you know much about Wanda, but she's a Chaos Witch. Not... Her son
Daredevil?
isn't that far off.
Doesn't
This
matter.
is all bad news.
We have a
What?
divine mission to go speak to Wiccan.
Well, don't say it like that. That makes it sound like we got into a cult with Doctor Strange.
I mean, we have a strong inclination to see that guy.
Oh, this makes me sound so crazy.
You know
Can
what,
I
kid?
play my honest trait?
Huh?
Oh, sure. Yeah, what's
Honest, right?
they
I'm a
have
terrible
trouble
liar.
Oh, they have an edge on any friendly ego checks in order to... Yeah, go ahead. I would love to see it, yeah.
It's 3.
Can I roll a karma?
Sure.
Wait, I probably should have karma the middle one.
Well,
Oh well.
I'll say with an 11, Daredevil was seeing multiple people say the same thing, and he sort of looks down to the control console and then looks to you all. I'll just tell you this. Wiccan isn't working with S.H.I.E.L.D. for a reason. If you think that this is important enough to see him, you need to head to North Carolina.
That's
Where-
not
where
south,
is that?
is it?
It's
Where
east,
exactly?
on the opposite side of the country.
Oh, that sounds far.
Road trip.
I've been told that he lives somewhere in the forest.
Thanks.
He's gonna look to you, Still Spirit, and he's gonna put a hand on your shoulder. Look, kid, if you need something, you know who to call. But clearly this isn't my league. I can tell that you want to do this thing. Please, just stay safe.
If I need a lawyer, I'll call you.
He smiles, and then jumps out the window.
I love him! I love him!
Bye.
He dodge rolls onto the pavement and then waves goodbye, as he certainly knows what's going to happen to you all.
Wait, did he reset the autopilot?
I'm
Yes.
Okay.
I'm gonna sit in the driver's seat though.
You will not go in the driver's seat, as Ouroboros will blink into the driver's seat.
Good call. Good call.
All right. I think
Road
that is where we
trip.
have to end session. Thank you all so much for playing.
That was a really short session.
Yeah, I know. I don't know what happened to my notes. I had this whole thing planned, where you guys were gonna go like back in time, but I don't think we got to it. So I'm sorry,
How did
but
we only get a 30-minute?
It'll probably work out. I'll figure out something. I appreciate you all, listening if you decide to listen, and please rate this podcast, as it does help us out. Say goodbye, everybody.
Bye, everybody.
Bye.
Don't
I
play
already
the
said
video at
goodbye.
twice speed.